Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be talking about the final episode of Roll Over and Die, episode 12. And in this episode, we see Flum save all of her friends, and we get so much information on so many different things from the demons to Origin to these experiments on these children. So, first off, though, I want to talk about Milky's owner and why she was being so mean to Milky and why she wants to torture her and kill her. Because early on in this show, there's this comment that Milky is so beautiful and her owner was just so jealous of her. So that is why she gave her that poison to distort her face. And I don't know if that's the only motivation the slave owner had or if there was something else, but I don't remember anything else. So if you do know her motivations for trying to, torture and murder Milky, please let me know in the comments below. I might have missed something, but anyway, Flum shows up at the perfect time. She punches the crap out of that lady. And then something invisible drags her into this pit full of spikes and zombies, and the zombies eat her. So that lady's done, and I'm assuming that was Origin's power that dragged her in because Origin probably was upset that she was failing. But again, I don't remember what Milky's role was on this whole Origin plot line. So after Milky is saved, we see that Ink is okay too, and this was really strange because we meet her mother, who apparently was in the village the demons attacked, or allegedly attacked. We now know it was a setup. But the church experiments on this whole family, and there, I think, are 4 other children in this family that have all been experimented on and have these powers. We also meet Necht, who is one of these other children. But they leave. They have the power to go through a portal, and seems like they can just show up and leave whenever they want. But Ink wants to be killed. Like, she is asking Flum to kill her because she doesn't want to hurt her friends anymore. She knows she has this disgusting, scary, weird power with the eyeballs, and she doesn't want to hurt anyone else. So she's like, I want to die as a human. I can't always control this. But Flum's like, you know what? No, because we love Flum. Flum is the best. And then we get into, I think, what is the most interesting part of this episode and some explanations on what is happening with Origin and the demons. We learned that Nagas, the demon lady, she saves Sarah right before this, the eyeballs attack her. So she saves her, and it sounds like she really likes Sarah, or is at least very interested in her. And this is where we learn that the demons are guarding this seal to Origin. And Origin's powers are kind of leaking out. And the church is the ones who are trying to break the seal and let Origin out. So the demons are good in this world, and that's what I was assuming when we first meet the demons in like episode maybe 3 or so, and I thought they were really interesting. But we learn more about Origin, and apparently Origin is some kind of entity that provides technology in like an evil way and progress and all this, and we get a little flashback to this world basically being like a modern world that we're living in now with skyscrapers and all this technology, and then it's destroyed. And then there's like a new version of humans that survive or something, and a lot of them have the ability to use magic and to be these heroes. And the church, for whatever reason, I don't think we know this yet, but the church wants to release Origin. This might be like restoring the natural order, or they are worshiping Origin as some god and think that they are, restoring what the world is supposed to be. That's kind of what I'm thinking is happening with the church. But that's some really interesting information, and that was not expected, and I think that's really unique for this story to go that way. Then apparently there is someone who is a traitor on the demon side, who is kind of helping out the church, and then we get a scene with Maria, and I think Maria might be a baddie, but I don't know. And we do get confirmation on why exactly Origin is trying to get Flum. We see this conversation between Necht. Well, I don't know if it's a conversation, if it's going two ways, but we see Origin for the first time, and Origin is this like face in this liquid behind glass, like a glass cylinder, which again, I don't know, is Necht able to get into wherever Origin is, or is that just some kind of projection that Origin is able to do somewhere else? Because again, the demons are supposed to be guarding the seal, and I didn't think anyone could get in. But anyway, Necht says that he's going to try to keep getting Flum in her power so that Origin can gain a resistance to this reversal skill that she has. And lastly, the end of the episode, we see Ink get a heart transplant. That was pretty ridiculous. So now she has Dane's heart, and somehow Flum was able to destroy her spiral core without killing her. So that was convenient. I don't know all the logistics on how that would work, but that was kind of funny. But we got so much in this episode. There's a lot to absorb, a lot to take in, and I said this in previous episodes, especially the last one. Like, I don't know if the studio ran out of time and they just knew they only had 12 episodes to work with, so they're just fitting so much in at the end. This was overwhelming. I like what they're doing with the story, and I like the information we learned, but the execution of explaining it and revealing it, I thought was not good. It was very exposition-y to me, because all this information, we're just learning it by characters telling us, which I just do not appreciate. When I learn information and have these interesting revelations, I want our characters to figure it out or live it or see it or something. So that didn't really happen, which sucked. So I am curious, if you are a reader of the light novels, the source material, I want to know what you thought of this adaptation. If you thought the execution was pretty clunky with all the exposition, or if that bothered you, if that was close to the source material. But I want to know how you feel about this adaptation. In my opinion, I will give this a 6 out of 10 for this series. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. I think my biggest problems, though, were kind of trying to understand Flum as a character. If, again, I said this in the last episode, but if she fully understood what happened to her and she's just like, she kind of comes across as just being oblivious to things rather than always being a positive force of nature. But I think that's what they were going for, and I do like that she is so positive, but sometimes it was a little bit hard to believe. And then also with the exposition of all this interesting information that would make this makes this a good, interesting show. Like, just, they could have found a better way, I think, to have these revelations. So I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. I'm not disappointed I watched it. I enjoyed it mostly. But please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this season of Roll Over and Die. I don't know if we'll be getting another one or not, but thanks everyone for following along as I'm watching this show. Look forward to starting some new spring 2026 anime here shortly. So thanks everyone, and please take care.